Welcome back, artists. I'm Waiya Paints, and this week, my sponsor 3DXFiles is taking me back to the Marvel Universe to print up and paint a classic name from the X-Men roster, Angel. And unlike the statues I usually do, this one's scaled down to about 1/16 scale. At that scale, some of the details can get pretty tight for most painters, and maybe even too small to see, let alone paint cleanly. Thankfully, we can lean into some of the basic techniques that I've gone over in many of my previous videos. That, along with a little help from ambiguity, and I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful statue that we'd be proud to put on our shelf. And we won't need a microscope to do it. So, meet me over at the painting table. I'm going to grab my brushes. Let's get started. Yep, we're starting with the base again. And this one's a pillowy floof of clouds. To get us going, auger blue. This is going to be the darkest tone for the clouds, so it needs to be a solid opaque coat. And using a very light blue here is going to push the clouds to a light cool range. But remember, with clouds, you can even go a neutral or even warm gray. I generally use them to show the time of day I imagine it to be. Cool blues for the morning and warm reds for the evening. Time for a touch of dead white. A soft dry brush pass with big floof is just perfect to brighten up those cloud puffs. Just watch your paint load so you don't wash out the light blue shadow, and they should look spectacular. Jutting out from the clouds is this rock peak. Let's base it with Brigadine Brown. Going with a brown rock rather than a gray adds more contrast to the model, giving it a bit more visual interest. Bootstrap Brown is an easy choice for a highlight. This should ease up the brightness by catching all the cracky edges. Just keep a close eye on your paint load and keep it even. The final stop for our rock is Command Khaki. Here, I want to be a bit more selective where I put this and focus it more towards the points. This will elongate the rock and make it appear a bit taller than it is. Before we get to Warren, let's tackle these wings. And let's base them in Castle Gray. While the sculptor did a great job on these wings, they'll always be a low point of the character for me. Of all the ways a mutant could fly, having wings is the lamest way. Storm made tornadoes under her feet, Banshee bounced ultrasonic waves off the ground. But this guy, he's got wings. Time to highlight with a touch of worn stone. Big floof and a super light touch is needed to bring out the details. Just take your time and keep it even. If we ease this highlight up, we should end up with some creamy and angelic wings. Before I move on to the suit, it's a great time to take a second to thank my subscribers over on Patreon. Each month, your continued generosity goes a long way in keeping the dream alive. so I can't thank you enough. And I'd like to make a special shout out and a hello to the newest name to roam the halls of greatness, Eric E. He's showing the love by becoming a super fan. And if you'd like to join the painting pantheon, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the description below. And I can't talk about support without mentioning this week's sponsor, 3DXFiles. They provided this week's sculpt, and as per usual, they delivered a top shelf product. And just to spread the news about them a little bit, they recently moved to their new home of their very own site, hosting all of their STLs. So if you'd like to get your hands on this and many other interesting projects, be sure to check out their link below. In the meantime, let's get back to Angel before he starts holding his breath until his face turns blue. Let's jump right into Angel's suit with ash gray. This is going to start building up the white areas on the suit. I chose this because it's going to be a whole lot easier to clean up the light edge with a darker color than the other way around. So there really isn't a worry about painting clean here. The focus should be on keeping it smooth. With a solid gray down, time to brighten it up with Spaceship. Just like the other highlight and dry brush, you want to keep this light so it doesn't completely wash out the ash gray shadows. It might be a bit harder to notice a good point to stop on your first few tries, so take it extra slow until you get the hang of it. Before I handle the accent reds, I jumped up to handle his face. First, with a base of jasper. Now, when you're painting heads of this size, for a lot of painters, painting these details with high fidelity will just be out of reach. So I want to showcase how leaving out those details and leaning into dry brushing can still get you solid results. And it starts with a good base. Step 2 uses tourmaline. Using a very small and light dry brush going towards the feet should quickly highlight the cheeks, nose, forehead, and chin. Just be sure to start the stroke at the top of the head so that the bristles are laying down by the time it reaches the face. Finally, a touch of leopard skin. This time, I only want to graze the peaks of his features, like his nose and chin. And that's it. No eyes, eyebrows, nothing. At this scale, if you leave it ambiguous, it'll look intended and fine. But if you go in with shaky hands and older eyes like mine, you could risk fouling it up. Now let's get on that red with crimson. Here's where we clean up all the overspill from our earlier work, so be sure to slow it down and lock in when it comes to painting that clean edge. This is what's going to make or break the look of the whole statue. If we get this right, it'll bring the whole thing together. Now to highlight with blood chalice. This is going to be just like the white highlighting. Just always pay attention to the direction of your stroke, so you're swiping away from your white areas and you should be good. Keep working your way around the suit until everything's highlighted and looking a-okay. Now let's slide up to the hair with some desert yellow. Because Angel has this head sock design in his suit, he's rocking this curly shock of hair. And I want the final look to be a nice sunny yellow, so I'm laying down this muted one to build up a foundation. To get those golden locks, demonic yellow. By now, the tiny dry brush highlight pass should be second nature. I'm looking for a more multifaceted highlight to his hair, so it's not only okay, but sort of the goal to get some strands at full saturation while others are left more drab. Finally, a touch of greedy gold on his chest halo, just in case anyone couldn't figure out that he's pulling references from the Bible. Kind of reminds me of that stretch when they literally put whiskers on Wolverine's suit. Like, we get it. But that's a rant for another day, because after this last detail, I glued him up and called him done. And Ave Maria! Angel came out great. The bold, striking colors of the suit, along with the giant, outstretched wings, makes the model stand out on the shelf, even surrounded by the much bigger pieces I normally do. Plus, it let me show off 3 different faces of gray: a cold gray for the clouds, a neutral gray for the suit, and a warm gray for his wings. And it also stands as an example that tiny details that may be too high of a mountain to climb shouldn't be a reason that you don't give a project a shot. And extra praise should be given to 3DXFiles for creating an STL with sharp details that look great no matter your painting skill level. If you want to get your hands on this and many other great STLs, be sure to check them out and tell them why I sent you. As for me, I've got quite a few projects leaving me behind, so this is where I'll have to go. But as always, thanks for watching, stay creative, and always enjoy the process.